Hello, everyone. Today I'm here to review Superman and Lois. The season 4 finale and the series finale aired a couple weeks ago. Now that I've collected my thoughts a little bit, I want to actually talk about the episode or about the show, the series. Superman and Lois is quite frankly one of the most consistent superhero shows I've ever watched. And the final season, adapting the Death of Superman storyline from the comics, was really good and quite frankly did a lot better than Batman v Superman did in the DCEU. Um, I really liked for the final season how they really tackled the theme of mortality and the fact that even Superman isn't above death. And that ending was really good. I really liked the big final narration from Clark and the ending to the show as a whole. Because that's how you end a universe right there. Like that's how you end. I know there's some people would argue with me when I include Superman and Lois with the Arrowverse. Some people would probably argue with that, saying that it's not in the Arrowverse, it's its own separate universe. But originally it was supposed to be set on Earth Prime, and even if it's not set on Earth Prime, Supergirl wasn't on Earth One for a long time, and Supergirl was still included in the Arrowverse. But the big thing I want to say is that's how you end a show. Superman and Lois is probably the best DC show to come from the CW, and probably the best superhero show I've seen, to be quite frankly honest. I mean, Loki would probably have an argument in that, but Superman and Lois was really flipping good. And the thing is that I also would like to say is when I got introduced to the Arrowverse, it was watching Supergirl with my mom. And now the Arrowverse ends with Superman and Lois that I watched with my dad. And so that was a kind of a cool parallel for me and really special to me to get to share Supergirl with mom and Superman and Lois with dad. But yeah, so overall, I think Superman and Lois was an amazing way to end the Arrowverse. And I really because The Flash is my favorite show in the Arrowverse, but Superman and Lois is the best show in the Arrowverse, hands down. And I really wish that the creative team behind The Flash had written as good of a finale as the Superman and Lois team. Superman and Lois had a restricted budget, limited time. If the season was bad, they had every excuse in the book, and they still went above and beyond to deliver the greatest final season any of us could have asked for. Sure, I personally wish that maybe Superman had stayed dead a little bit longer when he had gotten killed in the first episode and brought back at the end of episode 3. Maybe he could have stayed dead for one more episode, and then maybe the CGI was a little bit spotty in certain places. I felt like it looked a little weird when Doomsday throws Superman's body on the ground. The whole throwing sequence looked a little funny to me, but those are just little nitpicks. Those are little nitpicks that at the end of the day, you can't even blame the team behind it for, because they couldn't have helped it. They had limited budget. They had limited time. They could not have helped that. So, and those are just little nitpicks at the end of the day. But the finale, with the way I thought it was so cool that in the first episode, he loses to Doomsday when he's at his strongest. But in the final episode, he beats Doomsday at his weakest, and it's because he has his whole team backing him up, and that was really a cool moment. And getting the flash forwards to show all of the characters growing older was really sick. And the final, and I already mentioned the final narration when he's dying. And that was so cool and perfectly captures the whole theme of mortality that this final season set up. And that was a really cool moment to have the entire season build into this final narration, teaching this lesson about the importance about what's important in life and about friends and family, and how that how at the end of the day, your loved ones is what makes life worth living. And that was a really cool final narration for the show to go out on. And what an end to the Arrowverse. Thanks for listening to me talking about the episode, and I'll see you guys next time. My rating, 11 out of 10, by the way. So see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.